經理，哦乜你啊？係哦，你送翻我昨日唔見啲嘢嚟我，就係阿長叫經理。
Everyone knows Bruce Lee. The kicks, the speed, the stare, the noises, the little bounce before he deletes a man's future with one foot.
See?
Bruce Lee is so iconic that sometimes we don't even talk about him like a normal actor. We talk about him like a myth that learned how to roundhouse kick. But before Enter the Dragon, before the Big Boss, before the Green Hornet,
why do you suppose Herb wants to meet in the park?
before Hollywood got confused and decided the most electric man alive should mostly be standing next to Van Williams, Bruce Lee was already in movies. Not one or two, loads. He was a child actor in Hong Kong cinema, long before he became the martial arts icon. When I found that out properly, I did what any sane person would do. I opened about 30 browser tabs, lost several evenings, and went searching for Bruce Lee's forgotten childhood films, trying to prove the Loch Ness Monster had an IMDb page. And what I found was not that simple. Some films exist. Some survive only as clips. Some are hidden behind Chinese titles. Some are buried in archives, and some are basically ghosts with release dates. And some are sitting there online waiting to be found, but only if you know the correct magic words to summon them. So this is The Hunt, Bruce Lee before the legend, before the dragon, before the body became cinema. The first act everyone skips. The first thing I learned is that searching for these films in English is basically useless.
Absolutely pristine. And there and right there is Bruce Lee in the film. This film is not a lost film. It can be seen on YouTube if you search in Chinese. There's no way to search it in English. And it was released in Hong Kong on DVD, but they're kind of hard to find, so it's hard to...
Nothing. Wrong results, random posters, one forum from 2007. A man in a comment section saying Bruce is in this with no source and the confidence of a prophet. And then I found the cheat code. Chinese titles. Once I started searching the Chinese names directly, the whole thing changed. The problem is, I don't speak Chinese or read it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that him? Is that him? Nah. No way. The thing is, I don't know where he would be in it. Films that looked completely missing suddenly started appearing. Found a better print of the kid. Clips showed up, full upload showed up. Tiny fragments of Bruce Lee's childhood career started crawling out of the internet. Like lost spirits with subtitles missing. That was the moment the hunt stopped being a casual search and became a problem, because now I knew these films weren't all gone. They were just hiding. Bad metadata, old uploads, Chinese titles, collector channels, archive screening pages. The first title on this list was Golden Gate Girl from 1941, Baby Bruce. The absolute origin point, and already the search gave me a warning of what this whole journey was going to be. I could only find a short TikTok clip. That's it, a tiny fragment, a little moving receipt, enough to prove there's something there, but not enough to actually watch the film. And that became the future of a lot of these early efforts. These films do exist, they're just not available to watch, because apparently Bruce Lee's childhood filmography is being guarded by an ancient order of archivists and one bloke uploading clips to TikTok. And that's the strange thing about this hunt. Sometimes finding proof is the victory, the tiniest scrap of history waving at you from inside the fog. And then I moved on to The Birth of Mankind from 1946 and found basically nothing. The film may have been publicly accessible at some point through archives, YouTube, collectors, some old screening, but now, not so easily. It was just sitting there in the filmographies like a ghost with paperwork. So I thought, fine, I'll email the archives, because apparently that's where this video has taken me. Can't wait to see how they reply to this. I'm now professionally bothering institutions. That's when I realised this wasn't going to be a normal video. This was going to be a film hunt. The lack of footage becomes the story. It shows how fragile the whole early chapter is. You didn't just arrive from nowhere, but the films that prove that are barely reachable. After that, the deeper I got into Bruce Lee's childhood filmography, the less it felt like a filmography and more like a missing persons report with release dates. Then came the big one, The Kid from 1950. This is the first essential target. Most of Bruce Lee's childhood filmography exists online like smoke, but The Kid, this one, I actually found. So I tried to restore it, not make it modern, not to turn it into a fake 4K waxwork nonsense, but to see the earliest version of Bruce Lee hiding inside the damage. I put it through an AI program on light settings to bring it up to 720p. Then I got another AI program to generate subtitles. And let's be clear, these subtitles are not accurate.
你咁細個做緊乜嘢啊？你想唔想讀書啊？講啊！乜唔讀啊？讀啊，唔讀。
This was the first film where I could actually do what I set out to do. Find it, clean it, subtitle it, watch it, and search for Bruce Lee inside the dirt.
Sir, when he was in Hong Kong 2 years ago, they took out his prostate.
And then because the universe enjoys humiliating me, I realised I hadn't checked the audio properly before processing it.
Тихо! Будешь смеяться, я накажу тебя.
It was horrendously overdubbed in Russian. I was devastated. But I took the hit. I took the audio from another find of the same movie and replaced it.
唔該晒，係我個侄執到嘅。唔該晒。邊行寫？
Because The Kid is where the search becomes real. He's there. With attitude, timing, and that strange little spark. The dragon is tiny, but he's on screen. After finding The Kid, I thought maybe the hunt had opened up. Maybe now I knew how to do this. Maybe the next films would fall into place. Wrong.
What I bought on eBay, tell me why I need it.
Then I found the guiding light, also known as A Son is Born. And again, the victory came with a curse. I found it online, but only in a Russian dub. Because apparently Bruce Lee's childhood filmography is protected by a final boss called Regional Audio. But then something miraculous happened. I found a copy on eBay from the USA. So, I brought it.
Another pet rock, tell me why.
咦，阿蓮，你有冇跌親啊？冇。你喺坐低先啦。
At this point, I was no longer researching a video. I was locked in. While I waited for it to arrive, I tried to remaster the online version I already had, hoping I could compare the quality when the disc turned up. And that was the point where I knew I was going to make this work.
哦，等我一陣，我做嘢嚟啊。
Because once you brought a strange old Bruce Lee film off eBay and started running a Russian dub through restoration software, you can't really pretend you're normal anymore. Then came Blame It on Father, also known as Father's Fault, and this one was different. Some of Bruce Lee's childhood films are total ghosts, but Blame It on Father has evidence. I found clips, images, and traces that the Hong Kong Film Archive had digitized or publicly presented material from it around 2020. Which means this thing isn't just a title on a list, it survived. Somewhere, somehow, it's still sitting in a vault waiting for some idiot with too many browser tabs to find him. I'm looking for films that survive behind doors. The internet doesn't have everything. Sometimes the film is real. It's just not for you, which is honestly rude. Then I hit Myriad Homes from 1953.
Even more than the 70s. Let's see. Here's the back side of the flyer. Not a rip, creep, or wrinkle on this flyer. It's absolutely pristine. And right there is Bruce Lee in the film. This film is not a lost film. It can be seen on YouTube.
He's right there. Unbelievable. That one there. Oh, gone. And there he is. I actually found him. This is so cool. I can't believe it. I found the whole film. Again, I couldn't find a proper clip at first. Just a YouTube channel.
Or wrinkle on this flyer.
Lee Su Long History and Collectible Encyclopedia, showing a flyer and helpfully pointing out that yes, Bruce Lee did in fact exist in this film. Thanks, pal. Because this is the moment that actually saved the whole hunt. That channel showed me the Chinese name, so I researched that directly, as he suggested in the video. And suddenly, the first thing that popped up was the film I was looking for. It was surreal. Then I went looking for Mother's Tears, and once again nothing. Not on YouTube, not hiding under the English title, not under the Chinese title, not even in the usual strange corners of the internet where old films go to become haunted JPEGs. But then I found something important. A letterbox page with a review from someone who had clearly watched it at a Hong Kong archive screening, which means this wasn't just another ghost title in Bruce Lee's childhood filmography. It exists. The Hong Kong archives appeared to have access to prints or screening copies of these films. Maybe not all of them, but enough to prove that this early Bruce Lee era hasn't completely vanished. I'm not looking for imaginary films anymore, I'm looking for films that survive behind archive doors. The internet doesn't have them, but the vault might.
In januari bracht CRTV een bezoek aan het filmarchief in Hongkong.
The Hong Kong Film Archive opened in 2001. Our main aim is to preserve local film heritage. Our major functions include acquisition, conservation, editorial, research, and also programming. We also operate a resource center, cinema, and an exhibition hall so that every public in the Hong Kong can use it and can access to our collections so that we can facilitate the research of Hong Kong film. Now we have about 800,000 collections here in the film archive. We preserve them in the suitable environment in this storage area. Because in Hong Kong, our climate is humid and warm. It is not suitable for film or film-related material survival. Therefore, we need to have a controlled climate here in our store. In Hong Kong, the film genre is really rich. We have the action film, the martial arts film. We also have comics. We also have tragedy. Our melodramas is in fact very famous before the 60s. So it is because maybe some of the big studios' production, such as the Shaw Brothers action movies. So all the people in the world think that maybe Hong Kong is only produce that kind of genre. In fact, it's not the same. It's not the story, in fact.
I'm doing God's work. On to the next one. It's worth saying at this point they have not replied to my email. Then came in The Face of Demolition. DJ Khaled with this. I found another one. This one is called In the Face of Demolition. Where is he? There he is. I got him. There he is. Wow, what a find.
妹仔，你先，
做咩話？
我睇夠鐘攞報紙㗎啦，你快啲洗面啦。嚇？喂，你一陣至緊要啊！抌一份人言日報上嚟俾我睇嚇。華仔啊！
啊？做咩老師？
而家啲報紙出紙未？
出紙啦，我而家拎㗎啦。
哦，我走去買張先。
哦。喂，爸。
哦，係喂，你入廠洗咗面先就得啦。
我唔使咁樣，驚住攞唔切啊。
哦，咁唔買行。嗱，你尋晚冇食飯啊？你去街買個麵包食先啦嚇。
爸爸，我唔肚餓，阿媽又要餵奶俾阿細啲食，不如你留翻佢買俾媽食仲好啦。
This was an essential target, one of the big Bruce Lee child actor titles. Then I found An Orphan's Tragedy, almost immediately once I searched the Chinese title. There he is.
我邊有講到啫？仲話唔係？如果唔係外邊啲人點會嚟㗎？
Which is now starting to feel like the cheat code for Bruce Lee's childhood filmography. But this one felt different, because the upload had lovely comments from people clearly grateful to see this piece of Hong Kong cinema preserved and shared. What lovely comments. This wasn't just me hunting for obscure Bruce Lee appearances anymore. These films clearly mean something to people, not just as Bruce Lee trivia, but as surviving pieces of Cantonese film history.
你嚟呢處做咩啊？救命啊！等我打死你！
我嚟執柴嘅啫，唔該放咗我啦。
你嚟執柴嘅？下低仲有冇巡警喺度？嚇？
有啊，底下行四周圍都有巡警喺度啊。
嚇？我真係講過。
It feels less like finding content and more like finding proof that this hidden chapter of Bruce Lee's life is still alive somewhere. People quietly keeping the memory of these films going. That matters, because archives keep films safe, but fans keep them visible. Orphan's Song. No full film, but I found clips, even a colorized clip. At this point, a find is a find. A clip proves the film exists beyond the database entry. It gives you movement, faces, texture, and glimpses of early screen world before the myth took over. Then came Love from 1955. Here's a weird thumbnail. Is it the actual thing? It is! Oh my god. I'm a genius at this. And trying to find a 1955 film called Love online is like walking into a library and asking for that book Absolutely useless title, but I found a clip. Small miracle. Then there's Love Part 2, because yes, apparently the Bruce Lee childhood side quest has sequels. Trying to differentiate Part 1 and 2 online was another little nightmare. In the archive maze. And this is where the hunt split it into two categories. The films I could find in full, and the films that only exist online as clips. And these films, sealed in archive vaults with a little sign saying, "Good luck, idiot." Then I found We Owe It to Our Children, also known as The More the Merrier. I'm shocked that these films survived. You think of all the lost films, and yet these ones are here. He's got to be within there somewhere. He'd be around 14 in this video, in this film. I can't find him. Ah, there he is. Found him. And this one was useful. Not just found useful, because I finally spotted Bruce Lee in it, doing what only can be described as his best James Dean impression. By this point he's not the kid anymore. He has that moody teenager energy, the wounded rebel who looks about 3 seconds away from crying. Look at him, James Dean wannabe. Or inventing screen presence by accident.
翻嚟啦，攞到稿費啦。蓋都冇聲，假名。
Come on, forget about it, Chang. It's not worth it.
And this is exactly what makes the childhood film hunt interesting. You can see Bruce changing, from baby Bruce to street kid Bruce, to young actor with attitude starting to leak through the frame. He isn't Bruce Lee yet in the global sense, but the posture is there, the intensity is there, the future beginning to turn up early. Like it got the wrong call time. By the mid-1950s, the search starts feeling less like I'm looking for random cameos and more like I'm watching Bruce Lee slowly become an actor in real time. The Faithful Wife was another one, where the same heroic channel from earlier had the only useful trace I could find. Oh, it's the guy that helped me find it in the first place.
Alright guys, I'm back with another treat for you all on my channel. Just got off work and I haven't been doing videos for a little while, but I wanted to show you guys
this guy is doing hero's work.
Oh. Newspaper ad from Hong Kong in Bruce Lee's childhood days. A lot of Bruce Lee fans don't know about this film.
Well, I do. I'm looking for it. Can I just thank this guy for helping me? He saved me so much time.
And this one is for one of Bruce Lee's more or less known about films, childhood films. This one is from 1955, Hong Kong. Was released June 24th, 1955. And this one is titled Faithful Wife. Also, there's an alternate English title, Woman in Sorrow. So there you can see Bruce Lee's Chinese name right there on the ad. And this one has Bruce Lee on the advertisement. 14 years old, Bruce right there. That's Bruce Lee right there. Let me get a better shot of him.
And seriously, if you like this video, go support people like that. These channels are doing godlike preservation. Then there was the wise guys who fool around. And this one was meant to be a tricky find, but almost instantly I found a clip on YouTube. That's crazy. I've found one of the hardest films. Then Too Late for Divorce again. Only pieces, a colorized clip, not the full thing. Gimme. Too Late for Divorce. Just clips. But by this point the fragments were enough to show the shift. He's part of the machinery of Cantonese cinema. But in these mid-50s films, you can feel him changing. More attitude, more confidence, more intensity. The ghost of future Bruce Lee is trying to get out. It's not the martial artist yet, it's not the icon, but it's the performer forming underneath the melodrama. The rebellious posture,
Don't waste yourself.
the wounded stare, the sudden sharpness. This is where Bruce stops feeling like a child actor in old films and starts feeling like a young actor trying to punch through the frame.
You can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
By Thunderstorm in '57, the hunt moves into a different phase. Bruce Lee is no longer just appearing in child roles or scrappy family melodramas. He's now part of heavier, more theatrical Cantonese drama, and that matters because before the kicks, before the screams, before the iconography, Bruce was learning timing, stillness, reaction, anger and sadness. All the stuff that later made his martial arts scenes feel like acting instead of just movement.
總之，我認為佢係最理想嘅女仔嚟嘅。
咁佢到底係邊個啫？
四鳳，
四鳳？
我要同阿四鳳結婚。就算阿四鳳唔肯嫁俾我，我都一樣咁尊敬佢嘅。我希望阿四鳳受到教育，我想將我個學費分一部分出嚟俾佢讀書。
你真係細佬哥。
我唔係細佬哥啊。
That's the deep cut of this whole search. The martial arts made him famous, but acting gave those fights a soul. Thunderstorm feels like one of those bridge films. Not the myth yet, but another piece of the actor being built. Then came the better half, and this one completely vanished on me. Just a title sequence. Is that all we got? Come on. Nothing useful. Maybe it exists in an archive, maybe it's in a private collection, but publicly, almost no footprint. And that's part of the story too. Some films appear when you know the spell, others stay ghosts.
你啦，唔該你放我啦，先生。啊，先生，嚟啦，唔該你放我啦，先生。啊，先生。好啦，我見到你初犯啫，要年少無知，受到。啊，以為呢個你邊個嚟嘅？呢個。 我老婆嚟嘅，正嘢喎嚇！
Then came the big final target, The Orphan. From 1960, this was supposed to be the grand finale, Bruce Lee's final Hong Kong film before America. Before Seattle, before the Green Hornet, before Kato, before Hollywood started misunderstanding him in a completely different language. And of course, I couldn't find the full film. I found clips, I found records, I found screening pages. I found proof that it survives. The Hong Kong Archive lists it as a restored colour DCP with Cantonese audio and Chinese and English subtitles. See, the Film Archive have it, but there's no way of me getting to it. 2023 was the last time it was screened, 12 PM. The Orphan. This looks dodgy. AI'd his videos from a clip. What the hell? That's the weirdest thing I've ever found. Ah, my guy's back. Has he got a DVD of it? Bruce Lee #1 fan, help me.
A nice, beautiful set of limited trading cards.
Ah, trading cards. Surely this guy has got this film.
There's been some.
If anyone has this film, it's Lee Shaw Long. Oh, he's replied. My guy. He's on it 5 minutes ago, so technically he should be replying. So this guy should reply any minute now. Hi, by any chance do you know where I might be able to watch this film outside of the Hong Kong Film Archive?
1 second later.
To my knowledge, it's only shown occasionally in private screenings. Hong Kong is very protective. Hong Kong Film Archive is very protective of the film and won't allow recording or pictures taken in showing. If you're caught with your phone out, they will eject you. Whoa. Which means the film is not lost. It's worse. It exists, restored, sitting just out of reach. Just fragments, archive pages, and the knowledge that Bruce Lee's final Hong Kong film before America is preserved behind the vault door, which is annoying, but also extremely cinematic. After all these films hidden behind Chinese titles, old uploads, partial clips, archive breadcrumbs, Bruce's final pre-American performance is still half behind a locked room. This chapter ends, not with easy access, but with a final boss. And honestly, that's perfect. These films haven't just survived because Archive kept them. They survived because fans, collectors, uploaders, and old school Bruce Lee obsessives kept passing little pieces forward. It wasn't just me finding these lost films. It was me finding the people still keeping them alive. And after all this, the argument becomes clear. These films matter because they prove Bruce Lee's screen power wasn't only martial arts. Obviously the martial arts changed everything. The missing ingredient, its performance. The later films didn't create his screen presence. They weaponized it. That's the actual shape of this forgotten filmography. And somewhere inside all of that is the first act of one of the most important screen performers who ever lived. I went looking for lost Bruce Lee films, but what I found was really Bruce Lee before the world knew what it was looking at.